it. Thank you guys for being here. This is the special. This is it. We're doing the damn thing, people. Yes. I hope you drank up before this, because drunk people find me hilarious. Sober people, not so much. They don't find me funny. They don't find me sexually attractive at all. Especially that second thing. Sober women take one look at me at a bar and they're like, ew, Steve Buscemi from Boardwalk Up, he was bald! Same lady, though, like 3 Cosmos later, goes, actually, he's looking like a young, sexy Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. I might bang him after 3 more of these, why not? YOLO. Oh, no, man, but I dated an alcoholic and then I married her. That's how that works. If you're an alcoholic, you marry other alcoholics. It's in the Bible. The book of... No, I'm serious. Back when I was single, I dated sober women before who... You get drunk and piss in their bed once and they're out the door. I say, fuck them, let them go. Go back to Salt Lake City, Bethany. I found someone who loves me here for who I am on the inside and the outside. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me when I'm not soaked in my own urine. Marilyn Monroe said that, did she not? I'm from Iowa originally, but I've been in New York City for over a decade now, and I love New York. Yes, thank you. Love New York. Love Iowa, love New York. Love New York. I love this city, but it makes you kind of jaded. Like when I first moved here, I'd be like, oh my God, there's a homeless guy shooting heroin right on the street at broad daylight. Now I'm like, oh my God, there's a homeless guy completely missing the vein. What is he doing? He just pumped like $30 right into his muscle. He better hope there's fentanyl in that, or he's feeling nothing at all. Oh. But no, I am happily married. Anybody else married in here? Wow, a decent amount, you know? That's because we're doing this in Queens. If I did this in Brooklyn, you would hear cricket right now. If this was in Brooklyn, you would hear crickets, because people out there wait until they're Biden's age to get married, and even then they're less faithful than Trump, so... They're less faithful than Trump. But no, I think me and my wife found the secret to a happy marriage, a happy relationship in general. That is, when the two of you meet, you both have to try very hard to be over the age of 30. That's the only secret. It's it. When I was in my 20s, I dated women in their 20s, and that was a nightmare for me. Nightmare. It's not that there's anything wrong with women under 30 themselves. It's that their standards haven't been driven way down by other dudes yet. I need a nice low bar, if you can't tell by looking at me. Women in their 20s are still expecting like the last 3 bachelors on the Bachelorette, you know? A credit score of over 527, no mental illnesses. I'm none of that. I wander around talking to people who aren't real about how we can't even get approved for a Walgreens card now, guys. I thought you just gave your number. They kicked us out of the store. No, that wasn't my wife, though, man. When we met, we were both over 30. She had no standards for me or expectations. She was perfect. This was a sentence she said to me when we first started dating. She was not being sarcastic in any way. She said, I love the fact that you wear belts every day. What the hell is that? Belts every day. I have no idea what her exes did, these animals. But I'm glad they did it. I don't know if they were using microphone cords or twine. No belts, pants falling down in public events. But because of those young men's brave sacrifice, I get to show up drunk, wearing yesterday's clothes, with a belt, crushing it, people. Goddamn crushing it. Yes, yes. I even wore one here for you guys. Bam, look at that, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Women over 30 going crazy right now. Bam, bam, I hit them with a double. They don't know what to do. They're slipping off their chairs. They're speaking in tongues on the floor. Mediocre guy with the bells. Jesus. Women under 30. Bam, that's a really old belt. He should get a new one. My wife said before we met she used to drink a lot in this neighborhood. So if any of you guys in here ever used to fuck my wife and never wear belts, thank you. You've really taken her mountain of expectations for me and you've Zamboni'd the thing. You really have. It's flat. I can glide over it with ease. My wife told me before we met she had her eggs frozen for $13,000. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. See, he's clapping because it's blowing his mind twice. It's blowing all your minds twice. Half of your brain is going, I didn't think this guy could hook up with the rich lady at all. And the other half just didn't know it cost that much, you know? He outpunted his coverage. Good for him. Yeah, I did. 13 grand though, 13 grand. But no, I didn't hook up with a rich lady. They let poor women do it now too. Yeah, brave new world. You just pay it off for decades and decades and decades, like ovarian student loans. That's right. Oh, but $13,000. You know what my new favorite part about being a dude is? Way easier freezing sperm, is it not, gentlemen? Huh? All we need some hand lotion and ice cube trays. That's it. That's right. Dozen future babies to an ice cube tray. Future generations all day long. Only secret is what? Not mixing up your ice cube trays. I learned the hard way. Quickest way to ruin a mojito right there. Quickest way. Mojitos are not supposed to be briny. Ah. Who jizzed in my mojito? 1 star on Yelp. Mojito had semen in it. It made the margaritas a little better, though. I'm not gonna lie. It did. It really made it pop. No pun intended. I was Margarita Jesus for 15 minutes before we learned how the sausage was made. Oh my God, it's right. But no, my wife is pregnant with our second kid, guys. Don't get too excited. The test came back, it's ginger just like the first one. We may not keep it. We don't live in Texas or one of those places where they make you keep the freckly ones too. No, we're 50-50. We're 50-50. If that baby so much as mean mugs that ultrasound machine, we give him the old Planned Parenthood finishing move. The blue state snooze, as they call it. That's right. That's right. A lot of people ask me, Jake, how do you have a red-headed son when you have brown hair and your wife has black hair? And I say, well, that is a good goddamn question. When I find that red-headed motherfucker, I'll kill him. I'll beat him with his own bag of Lucky Charms. I'll strangle him over his own pot of gold. That goddamn IRA pussy terrorist. No, actually, it was me. I'm the pussy bomber. I did it. See, I have a red beard. But if I'm clean shaven, I'm an undercover ginger, a daywalker, as they call us. I have the power to sleep with women who think that ginger dudes are gross. And then a Chucky doll crawls out of them 9 months later, and they're like, ah! It's running around. It just winked at me. No. That's right, I did it for Bobby Sands. Keep Britain out of Ireland. Yes. But no, a lot of you are probably sitting there thinking, Jake, you just said your wife froze her eggs, and then you said you got another kid on the way. Did you use the frozen eggs? No, we didn't. We did it the natural way. My wife pretended it came, and I did for real. Yeah, old school. And I've asked my wife, so hey, you know, because we got to pay $1,000 a year to keep these little suckers on ice, you know? I'm like, are we going to get rid of those things or have the world's most expensive omelet? What's up? This is what she said. She said, no, I'm gonna keep on. Yeah. She's using my weird freak little ginger babies as test kids. Yeah. Throw them against the wall. See what works. Should I use breast milk or formula? I don't know. Let's try it on these little freaks, and then I'll bang a guy that looks nothing like Steve Buscemi. I saw what she was doing, so I found where she hid them in the freezer, and I inseminated the frozen eggs the other night. Yes. Yes, yes. I squatted over them like a squid or some kind of other aquatic life form, inseminating his brood. She walked in on me halfway through and was like, what are you doing? I said, I saw your plan. The egg babies are happening now. The little frozen egg babies are mine. She goes, they're in an IVF clinic, you dumb fuck. Are you jerking off in the ice cube trays again? What are you doing? Stop drinking and doing ketamine during the week. You're a father of 2. You need a 12-step program. Or a pamphlet on IVF, something. My father's a gambling addict. He has been my whole life. Having a gambling addict dad is awesome. Regular dads suck. Yeah, they give stupid, hack, cliche advice like, son, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Gambling dads are like, actually, the odds are up way higher on the bush birds, huh? Especially if we bet more when they're down at halftime. Come on, Bushbirds. They pull this one out, we can have a Christmas this year. We can be a family again. Come on, Bushbirds. You know, there's a lot of addictions that are worse for you than gambling, but gambling is the dumbest, for sure, you know? It's the one I have the least amount of respect for. Like you talk to a hardcore heroin addict, you know, or an alcoholic, they're like, oh, I can't function without it, you know, it's rewired my brain. I can have seizures if I don't have it. And a gambling addict is like, I really thought the Bengals were going to meet the spread this Sunday. Oh, now I don't have rent. Wah, wah. Oh, the things I would suck for just a little bit of luck, I tell you. Oh, it's ridiculous, man. And I even kind of get sports gambling a little bit. It makes it more fun to watch the game. I even get poker if you're like betting against other gamblers. But the people that play the casino games against the house, why would you bet any money on a game where the person you're betting against made all of your rules? It's ridiculous. And they brag about the money they're going to take from you. These aren't little sheds you're going into. There's 300-foot cathedral ceilings. There's solid gold fountains, but the gamblers are so dumb. They're like, I'll bet these were paid for by the winners that walk out of here. I deep-throated a rabbit's foot before I came in here. I have an amethyst crystal sticking up my ass right now. Come on, sevens. Ah. Well, it feels good when you win at gambling, but statistically, they've set it up to where that doesn't happen most of the time, so you're at a net negative. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a vice. It would be called a thing we should all quit our jobs to do immediately. And I'm from the Midwest originally, you know, so people are religious there. So you'll see people walking out of the casinos with cross necklaces sometimes. That's a fun combo, huh? A person who believes there is a God, but statistically that God fucking hates them, you know? Come on, Lord, you made all of this in 7 days. I know you can make the dice hit a 7. That's a layup for you. Fuck, it's snake eyes again. Oh, you're right, Lord, I don't deserve my money. Give it to the billionaire who owns this place. He clearly prays harder than me. Let him buy another yacht, Lord. Let him buy another yacht. No, I am from the Midwest. I do love New York. My favorite thing about the city, you see things you never expected to see. Like just the other day, I got off of the 7 train, and what do I see right at the bottom of the stairs? Dave Chappelle blowing a trans woman. Wow! I was like, Dave, I saw your last 17 specials. What are you doing down there, bud? He went, leave me alone. I'm doing research. He kept slapping his leg with her dick before she came. Ow! Is it coming again? It's like, great, now everyone's gonna slap their legs with the dicks for the next 20 years. Apparently he's the GOAT at this now, too. He really is our generation's Eddie Murphy, by God. Yeah. Oh, my God. I did grow up in the Midwest when I was 14. I OD'd and flatlined and went into a coma. Taking prescription medication for dogs. Yeah. Oh yeah, these were for dogs. And this wasn't some kind of like ivermectin thing where there's a people version for fevers and there's a horse version. No, this was for a gland humans don't even have. This was 100% like. Well, now, to be fair, I was having a hell of a fun night. I was also drinking, taking Oxycontin and Valium and Xanax. The opiates and the booze probably did the heavy lifting on the killing me thing. But I still maintain that dog pills are the worst thing to take when you OD. Because when you make it to court-ordered rehab, you will get made fun of mercilessly by the other kids who OD taking human medicine. They think they're so goddamn cool. Hey, you OD'd on dog pills, right? That must have been rough. Ryan get made fun of by you. You said you used to suck dick in alleys for crystal meth. What are you talking about? At least I was sucking people dicks in alleys for crystal meth. Hey, when you OD'd on dog pills, did you fall down or did you roll over? Hey, did the dealer crush it up so you could do a line, or did he just put it in a spoonful of peanut butter? I know you guys like peanut butter. I know you got that dog in you. Oh! The rehab counselors used to jump in on my behalf like, hey, leave Jake alone. We've all hit rock bottom. He's really doing a good job sharing with the group today. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Jake, you want your belly? Jake, oh, I showed those sons of bitches. I made it out of rehab and I went on to only abuse drugs for humans. Yes. Yes. Proud day for me and my family. I abused human drugs in the bathroom right before my set, and I feel great. I feel like a human being. Like a human being. Plus, since I took those dog pills, I never got COVID-19. Yeah. That Pfizer might have had something to do with it, but if I keep saying it was the dog pills into the camera, I'm gonna make it on Rogan one day. Yeah. That's right. Rogan had the right idea, he just had the wrong animal's medicine. But no, I did keep doing drugs after getting out of rehab starting day one. And a lot of people ask me, Jake, why did you keep doing drugs when you went into a coma and died? And I said, well, because death meant nothing to me back then, nor does it now, for I am a lifelong Detroit Lions fan. Yeah, I die every Sunday during football season. What the hell's one more, huh? No, it's being a Lions fan has aged me decades. A lot of you are sitting there thinking, Jake, you don't look that bad for 42. I lied about my age earlier. I'm 27 years old. I look like I pissed off a gypsy in a Stephen King book. Like I'm starring in Benjamin Button if he was fuckable in none of that movie. I don't dress up for Halloween because I'm told year-round I look like Beetlejuice when he was alive. I go as young, sexy Beetlejuice. Back when he used to get that beetle pussy. But no, the Lions actually made it into the NFC Championship this last year. And yes, go Lions. Go Lions. You guys are Lions fans. You guys Lions fans over here? No. See, that's how you know the Lions have been bad for a long time. You have other team sports fans genuinely giving it up, like, yeah, they got, it's rough. They look at us. Other teams fans look at Lions fans like Ricky and Boys in the Hood making it to college, you know? It's like, yeah. But there's sadness in their claps during the playoffs when I used to do this bit because they knew how Boys in the Hood ended for Ricky. Yeah. They saw Lions fans running toward that NFC championship like Ricky in slow motion down that alley. Yeah. Well, last time they won a playoff game before this year was 1991, the Detroit Lions. Half of you in this room weren't even alive back then. You were just swimming around your dad's balls going, I'll bet they'll make it next year, huh? They got Barry Sanders. He's the greatest running back that ever lived. They'll be fine. Wrong, little tadpole, wrong. Be another 2.5 decades, 3 decades. Can't even count that high. But no, I mean, Barry Sanders was the greatest running back that ever lived. And a lot of people will argue, they'll be like, well, Emmitt Smith got more yardage in his career. Yeah, but Emmitt Smith had something called an offensive line. They didn't have that in Detroit. They were hiring these pricks off Craigslist or something. I don't know what they were doing. But they would snap the ball, and they would just be like, Barry, they only paid us for 3 quarters today. You got this, right, Barry? And he would dodge 7 guys just to make it to the line of scrimmage and start getting yards. I know particularly the women in this crowd don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. It's fine. You know, just look him up. I promise you will enjoy his highlight reels because not only was he dodging everybody on the field, he was only 5'8", which isn't super short if you work at Starbucks. This is the NFL. These are some fee-fi-fo-fum motherfuckers chasing after him. He looked like a tiny blue hedgehog. He was Sonic the Hedgehog out there, dodging him. They can kiss his prickly blue dick. He's the best. Barry was the best. I told that joke on the road a while back, and a young college-age lady came up to me afterwards and was like, oh my God, I love that Barry Sanders joke. I'm a huge Barry Sanders fan. I had no idea he played football. I'm like, well, where did you know him from? He didn't go on to act. Or wait, did you think I was talking about Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders that whole time? She did. She did. She was like, I can't believe no one told me he was a 10-time Pro Bowler. That's crazy. I can't believe his face sticking out of blue shoulder pads isn't a meme for everything by now. Yeah, you don't think that would have worked its way into a speech? Just, this Republican spending package is worse than our defense in Detroit in the 90s when I played Pro Bowl. That is why only 1% of the running backs got 99% of the Super Bowl rings. It's wrong. It's the billionaires and the ruling class would not buy us a decent offense. The American people need affordable health care like the Detroit Lions needed an offensive line in the 90s. I have maintained my fandom for the Detroit Lions. That is why I've aged like this. That's why I look like this. That is why I look like Doc Brown from Back to the Future drawn bad. But no, this last football season was crazy because Taylor Swift won the Super Bowl. Do you guys see that? I didn't expect that to happen. There was all kinds of conspiracy theory, like Biden hired Taylor Swift to win it for the Chiefs. Wow, dude, this is my favorite section of 4chan right here. The Taylor Swift football conspiracies and shit. Dude, people were getting mad at Taylor Swift for all kinds of non-music related reasons. Oh, she's not a real fan of the Chiefs. Like, bro, have you ever blown a Kansas City Chief? Then Taylor's got you beat. Take Taylor Swift's name out your mouth until you put a Chief stick in there. That's what I think. What the hell's Taylor supposed to say to that? You're right. I'm not really dating Travis Kelce because I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm only in him for his personality. And his looks and his dick game and the fact that my heart does things that they've never done. I'm shallow is what I'm saying. And then the right-wingers got mad because they were like, she's going to support Joe Biden. She's a female pop star. Who'd you think she was voting for? The pussy grab guy? None of them did. He ran twice before, didn't get a single female pop star. That's not his demo. Biden's not going up to country stars asking for their vote. They'd be like, no, look at my hat, you dumb motherfucker, I can't. If I vote for any Democrat, the flaps will reach down and strangle me to death. That's how Toby Keith died. All he said was, I think the economy's doing okay under Biden. And his hat just choked him. Ah! Rest in power, Toby. His last words were the Clintons did it. Rest in power, Toby. You've never heard a post-NASCAR race interview with a guy going, first of all, I want to thank my pit team. We're like a family here. I want to thank the good Lord that no one got hurt today in this race. I also want to give a great big Kentucky shout out to Greta Thunberg. Yeah. She's racing to save the planet, y'all. Any of y'all got a bad thing to say about that girl or the size of her head can kiss my hillbilly dick. I got two cousins that look just like her, so fuck you. Leave Taylor Swift alone. Taylor Swift is like the Drake and Joe Rogan and the Beatles for women all rolled into one. She's a big deal. I like Taylor Swift, but I don't like QAnon for women, which is psychics. Yeah, I don't like psychics. But psychics hate me more than I hate them, because when my wife used to drag me to them, I wouldn't ask them normal questions like, will I be rich? Will I be happy? It was always like, psychic, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 1 billion. Go! We're playing for points now, psychic. Psychic, you can guess the future, right? Let me see your phone. Why isn't DraftKings on here, stupid? Why are you doing palm readings instead of parlays? What's up? You could have generational wealth if you pick the next 18 hockey games with a $25 bet. Did you learn nothing from Back to the Future 2, Psychic? You're bombing it, dude. Bombing. I especially don't like the psychics that pretend to talk to the dead. Like, not just that it's exploitive. I don't mind exploiting people. It's fine. I just don't like that they're doing it all vague. It's never like, I'm talking to your dead dad, Frank. You know, it's always just, I'm sensing the relative of someone over here. Did someone over here have a male family member that's ever died? Did he like to wear pants outside and breathe fresh air? Was his hair blonde or brown? Something with a B? Was it black? Was it bald? Like, hey, psychic, you're talking to the dead spirit. How about you fucking ask him, huh? What's with all the questions for me about the guy you're talking directly to? I swear to God, if my dead relative's coming up to you in that Casper the Ghost bedsheet, talking about vagaries and telling me to buy your book in hardcover, I hope he's in hell. I do. Fuck him. Oh, man. But my wife, early on, she asked me, like, well, hey, you don't know if it's possible to talk to the dead for sure. You've never been dead before. Well, I had been dead before thanks to the dog pills, but I digress. I may not have been dead before. She was like, well, wouldn't you want me to at least try to contact you if it's possible? I said, and give some gypsy all our money when I'm dead? No. Some people are like, hey, that's racist against Eastern Europeans. Stop it. My last name is Vevera, okay? I have their cursed gypsy blood in my veins. I'll say what I want about those people. I'll say what I want about them. A lot of people pronounce my last name Vevera. It's not because they're dumb. It's because my stupid gypsy ancestors put an extra E in the name for some reason. So they spelled it Vevera. If only Czechoslovakians learned how to read, maybe that place would still be a country, huh? How you gonna be a dyslexic bunch of gypsies and name your country something with 17 letters in it? What? All a bunch of hard consonants next to each other. What are you guys doing? You deserve the Czech Republic and nothing more. But you know, she asked, well, what if it's possible? I want to try. I said, fine, okay. You can try, but we're gonna have a psychic safe word. And that safe word is wizard cucks. Yeah. If you sit down and some gypsy starts saying anything other than the word wizard cocks, they ain't talking to me, all right? If they sit there giving their vaguely Eastern European accent from, oh, your husband says he loves you. You're from Jersey. Stop with that accent. You're a liar. You're a lying gypsy. Your husband says he loves you very much. My husband wouldn't say that. Not first he wouldn't. And it has to be wizard cocks. Can't be close. If they say warlock scrotum, that's a strange coincidence. It's some dude that looks like me. The afterlife is full of dudes that like to try dog pills from the Midwest. Wizard Cox, also the name of the transphobic Harry Potter sequel. Yes. Yeah, they got. See, the right-wingers bitched about woke Barbie. They should have just got J.K. to make that book, right? They got the goat of kids movies. I didn't understand. Like, what? It's Barbie. Again, dude, she's a model in LA in 2024. She wasn't gonna be right-wing. She's made up Taylor Swift for babies. What? Don't get me wrong. I kind of wish Barbie was all right. That would have been a more fun movie. If Marjorie Taylor Greene played Barbie, it'd be amazing. Can we need to build a wall? Stop surfing. Can your genitals are smooth because you took the booster shot, Can? Nancy Pelosi made it to turn you trans. They gotta just get Ben Shapiro or somebody to produce the J.K. Rowling Harry Potter sequel, Wizard Cox, you know? I'll transfer. Harry, you can't change yourself into a girl, Harry, not even with the magic wand. Like, something, you know? You're playing Quidditch on the women's team. It's messing up the scholarships, Harry. Caitlyn Jenner's the new headmaster of Hogwarts. I'm the only good one, Harry. Let's team up on the rest of them. Come on. I'm giving you a white wizard hat. You're a grand wizard now, Harry. Come on. Let's go find Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. But now, I don't know if you guys took edibles and listened to Dolly Parton last night like I did. But, I'm really starting to take Jolene's side in this whole fucking thing. I don't know about the rest of you. Because, you know, at first you listen to the song and you're like, this is a song about a lady sleeping with Dolly Parton's husband or whatever. But if you really listen to the whole thing, he doesn't cheat on her with Jolene once. He's just fantasizing about Jolene. So if you're Jolene, you're listening to the song going, I had nothing to do with this situation, Dolly. I'm nice to all the customers at the bar. Like, why don't you write the song and name it Stop Jerking Off to Jolene, Frank? You're a married man with 3 children. I gotta wear a burqa or the Handmaid's Tale shit because you're insecure, Dolly? I thought we were friends. You know what I'm gonna do because of this passive-aggressive thing you did, Dolly? I'm gonna fuck your husband, yeah! Yeah, write a new song called Self-Fulfilling Prophecy. You did this. You did this. I'm not even attracted to your husband. I think he's dumb. I normally only fuck Dominican dudes, Dolly, but because of what you've done here today, I am gonna ride your husband's dick like Christopher Reeve rode horses. Fast and reckless, Dolly. Fast and I'm gonna hurt myself on that thing, Dolly. I am gonna blow your husband like Miles Davis blew trumpets. Better than any musician to put their lips on it, Dolly. Better than any musician to put their lips on it. Sheryl Crow once said, if it makes you happy, then it can't be that bad. And Sheryl Crow also once said, I should go have raw dog sex with Kid Rock right now. So, mixed bag of advice from old Sherry in the 90s. Dude, I love that Kid Rock's all political now. Like, it's hilarious to me. I forget about the fact that he's right-wing. Even if he said things I agreed with, even if he was talking about getting free health care, I wouldn't tell people I thought a thing because Kid Rock said it. Oh, why do I think they should pass the spending bill in Congress? Because the guy who once also quoted as saying, "Bar wit to bar to bang a dang diggy 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 diggy." She said, "Up jump the boogie." He said that. The first time I did that joke on stage, I had to watch Ball with the Bottom music video to get the right amount of diggy diggy diggies. Because I like to research my material, you know? I'm like a smart comic. And I was on the train watching the music video, and I was so ashamed to be seen watching Kid Rock in 2023. I was like covering my phone with my shoulder like I was ordering a kid off the dark web. I would have been literally less ashamed to be seen watching any porn that's not a felony. I would. No, it's not ball with to ball. It's tentacle porn and foot stuff. I'll tell you. The lady's stuck in the dryer. He's got to get her out of there. I went to high school from 1998 to 2002. That was a dark time for our nation's history. That was when what? Rap rock was at its height. Yeah. Dark. I'm not saying rap rock's the most evil thing America's ever done, but it's like 3 or 4 for sure. Dude, Fred Durst was the Paul McCartney of my generation. It was rough. It was rough. Dude, Nickelback, I think gets too much hate, because that was around the same. I mean, Nickelback sucks, but in a very generic way. There's people in CIA black sites being forced to listen to Papa Roach right now, and they're snitching on everybody. They are. I know I would. I would Tekashi 6ix9ine on my own family, even like note 1 into one of those songs before it even drops. Just, ooh, wah! Like, I'll sign it, dude, yeah. Just don't play that song. I hate that song. My mom did it sign Jake. Please turn it off. I did that joke on the road a little while back, and a lady came up to me after the show, and she was like, actually, that song wasn't a Papa Roach song, it was Disturbed. And I said, yeah, and actually that was a test, and you failed, dummy. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. You're not supposed to know that much about rap rock in 2024. Like, what are you doing? Watch any music video other than that. You're not supposed to be down with the sickness now. That's Disturbed. I'm downright disgusted. Oh, no, but music's gotten a lot better since I was growing up. One thing that has gone downhill with music, though, live performances. They lip sync all the time now, right? Dude, how pissed off are Ashley Simpson and Milli Vanilli when they watch any award show now? You sons of bitches crucified us for that. Now you're giving him a Grammy. You talked about us like we were Nickelback. No, I watched a concert online for Deadmau5, and it was... And dude, look, I like electronic music, I do, but as a live concert, like, it was 50,000 people in an arena all cheering for music that sounded good, but they're essentially watching a guy in a mouse hat go like this and press play. That's what happened. And they're all into it. They're all just sitting there like, eh, press play, press play, press play. This fucking guy presses play just as good live, man. There's one old guy in the back like, yeah, but he fucking doesn't press play the way he used to, man. I've seen him press play in the Lower East Side in the 80s, back when pressing play used to mean something. I heard it ain't even really him pressing play up there no more, man. I heard he's pretending to press play while a guy behind the counter really presses play for real. He's the Nickelback of press and play, man. But no, my favorite artist on the planet once said, there's a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in. And that artist, of course, was Hunter Biden. Yeah! Dude, he does good paintings. He smokes a lot of crack with me. And he's great. He's awesome, man. A lot of people have asked me, Jake, are you going to vote for Joe Biden? I said I could never vote for Joe Biden, not when his son is such a fun hang. I'm writing in Hunter. I voted for Biden last time in New York. I voted for him 27 times via mail in Pennsylvania and Georgia. But this time they're getting a bunch of envelopes with Hunter Biden in there. What the hell is this? He's gonna freak out. It's right, man. I just hope Hunter runs with my favorite politician of all time as his vice president, Mr. George Santos out of New York. Yeah! Yeah! Representing Long Island and parts of this borough proudly. At least he was until the pussies voted him out, you know what I mean? That man is a hero to all of us who have ever lied on our resume. Yeah. He said, why just fudge a few numbers when I could make up the whole fucking thing? Yeah. I once thought I should run for Congress with a completely made up resume. I was like, oh, they check it. I didn't have the balls. George Santos did. One of the craziest things he did, after all the news coverage was on him because it turned out he made up his entire background and committed a bunch of fraud and stuff like that. He's national news story. He got in trouble because he grabbed a Capitol staffer's dick. Yeah. The balls of that, you know? Just when all of that is on you for being a liar, go and tell anyone you want to, son. Who's gonna believe you over me, George Santos? That camera doesn't look like it's on. Dude, he asked the guy if he had a Grindr account, right? How crazy is that in all of that press firestorm at the time, you could be in Washington, D.C. on Grindr, sitting there going, hot, 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 not, holy shit, that's George Santos, the congressman. He's a mile and a half that way. That's the Capitol for real, bro. This is him. He wants to blow me on Pelosi's desk. That's almost as crazy as being in D.C. at the time on Tinder going hot, hot. Oh, that's George Santos in drag. Holy shit. He wants to blow me on Pelosi's desk. That's so. He says he's not George Santos in drag, but that's exactly what George Santos in drag would say. Not falling for that again, George Santos in drag. Fool me once, shame on you, George Santos in drag. His drag name was L. Elizabeth Holmes. Yeah. I was reading an article online the other day, and some people were arguing about politics in the comments. And for one thing, never do that. It's kind of a waste of time. Well, no one in the comments, 87 comments in, is sitting there going, I agree with you, all an exclamation point. I'm really coming around and seeing the nuance. Caps lock, caps lock. But one guy in the comments called the other guy a liberal cuck. Have you heard this term, liberal cuck? That's a word that went on a fun ride in the last few years. Right, because cuck is like a sexual fetish where a guy likes watching his lady get plowed by another dude. And that made me kind of mad. I got in the comments and I was like, listen, you. Caps lock, exclamation point. You say what you want about liberals, but cucks are the nicest fucking guys, man. Some cucks are so nice they even let me fuck their wives. They're good people. You ever try to fuck the wife of a guy who's not a cuck? They're real jerks about it. Hey man, can I fuck your wife? No. And I got it. I get it. I got a wife. I don't let guys fuck her. I'm not one of these cucks. I'm not one of these saints, you know? Blessed is the cuck, for he lets thy fuck his wife. It's in the Bible. Take that cuck's name out your motherfucking mouth, guy on the internet. But besides, cuck is a sexual fetish. How did it get politicized? It's the least political thing ever. If anything, I feel really bad for the guys who have the cuck fetish, you know, but they're kind of right-wing, you know? They're like, yeah, I like watching my wife get fucked by other dudes, but I think labor unions have gotten way out of control in this country. I mean, Bernie Sanders wants people to work a 32-hour week but get paid for 40? I say, unless you're fucking my wife those other 8 hours, you get your ass back to work. So. I like my wife's legs wide open, not the whole southern border, boy. Fuck my wife, please. I'd fuck my wife, but I only come when you do. Especially if you're quoting Reagan the whole time. Government is the problem, not the solution. Reaganomics isn't the only thing I like seeing trickle down my wife's leg. Tastes like salt and freedom. But no, I mentioned before I got a wife and a kid on the way, another one at home, and that's in my apartment in Queens. In my apartment in Brooklyn, I got a wife and 3 kids. And if those 2 families ever find out about each other, I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man, you know? It's I hate the guys who were having secret families before social media. They have no idea how hard it is for guys like me today. You know, the tangled web of lies. I must keep going, you know, just, hey, Dad, why can't I have a smartphone? 'Cause we're Amish, you heathen son of a bitch. Go apologize to Christ, young man. That kid ever finds out about my Hasidic family in Williamsburg, he'll kill me. You mean there's no God and I'm not really Amish? I was wondering why I was the only Amish boy in all of Woodside, Queens. I'll murder you, father. They made fun of my overalls at school. In my straw hat, I'll murder you, father. I'm glad you OD'd on the dog pills. I wish they did you in. No, I know a woman's dumb if she's babbling to me about astrology. I know a dude's dumb if he's babbling to me about a game called Marry, Fuck, Kill. You ever played this game? Stupid game. If you haven't heard of it, it's a game where some dude will name like 3 random female celebrities, and you gotta pick. You're gonna kill one, you gotta marry one, you gotta fuck one. And every time I'm asked, I say, this is pointless. This probably will never happen. These multi-millionaire celebrities aren't playing Squid Game where the prize is fucking me. I mean, the women I fuck are gonna envy the women I kill, you know? And the women I marry are gonna look at the other 2 and be like, way, he fucked me, way, he killed me, I die every time he's inside me. Plus, I have terrible family genes. I have a cousin who just went to the hospital doing something called butt chugging. That's in my family forever now. You guys know what butt chugging is in here? There was a couple yeahs, some proud head shakes, no. And even the yeahs were just kind of, yeah. No one's ever proud, like, woo, Delta Kappa, class of 2018, yeah. No, butt chugging, I didn't know what it was either. I said, what the hell is that, Kyle? You know? And he was, it's exactly what it sounds like. He says, well, bro. Oh, you always have to say bro while describing butt chugging. That's like a federal law. He said, well, bro, butt chugging is where you take a tampon, soak it in vodka, and stick it up your ass. Yes, right. You said that with sadness in your eyes. You know what I mean? Didn't she say that like a Vietnam vet playing with firecrackers? You know what I mean? The horror. She sounded like you. Her voice dropped. She sounded like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. They were butt chugging the whole village. They had tampons with vodka sticking out of their ass. Yet they will not let you write fuck on your airplane because it's obscene. No, and I'm pro underage drinking, by the way, as long as it's through the right hole, you know? At least at 18, because I think, you know, they let you do everything in this country but drink at 18. It's unfair. I say, if she's allowed to suck 9 dicks on Pornhub, she should get to have a beer here, you know? If nothing else, to wash the taste out of her mouth, right? But no, I asked my cousin, I said, why the hell would you do that, Kyle, ever? Hoping for not a great response, but something. You know what I mean? Like, I lost a bet on the Super Bowl and my friend is weird, you know? Just something. I'm super religious. It was the Sabbath and I couldn't let any alcohol touch my lips, but me and my Shabbos Goyim are thinkers, you know? Something. His answer was much worse than any of that. He said, well, bro, reason you shove tampons up your ass with vodka is because you get you twice as drunk. I was like, wow, that sounds scientific logic there, Kyle. But here's what we used to do back in my day when we wanted to get twice as drunk off a shot. We'd order, what, a double? Yeah! You gotta try doubles there, Kyle. It's all the chug, none of the butt. It's amazing. It's amazing. But no, I just rewatched my favorite documentary of all time. It's on YouTube. It's about sex robots. I've seen it 27 times. 27 times. It's not that it's like a great doc, like entertainment. It's just, I've never had like looks or money or success in my life. I've also never had my dick in a toaster with tits, you know? I feel better about myself. These guys are all loud and proud about it. I call her Charlene and my kids call her Mom, you know? What? It said on this documentary that sex robots start off, cheapest one, stock model, $7,000. Yeah, and that's for the cheapest, ugliest, most Sarah Huckabee Sanders looking sex robot. $7,000. I want to see a video of a guy using his sex robot for the first time, you know? I don't want to watch it, you know? I just want to fast forward to the end and see his change in disposition, because I don't know if you fellas in here have ever had orgasms before, but right after every guy on the planet comes, instantly least horny he'll ever be in his entire life. Every guy in here just turns into Mother Teresa for like 20 minutes. You just finish, put your pants back on, and you're like, I want to make the world a better place. And cure malaria and dig wells in places that don't have water. But right before every guy in here comes, opposite. Most horny he'll ever be in his whole life. So horny that some men literally go insane from it. And I'm not saying that women don't get like worked up before they finish. What I'm saying is that when a person is arrested for masturbating underneath a raincoat while staring intensely into the window of an Olive Garden with this look right here, it's a dude every time. It's a dude every time. That glass ceiling's never getting broken. It's always a dude. But even that guy snaps out of it right away. He's like, oh my God, it happened again. No. This isn't even my raincoat. How'd I get this raincoat? I'm a father and a pastor. I must tell my flock I love them, and I will make the world a better place and cure malaria. That's why I want to see the video of a guy using his sex robot for the first time, right? Because he is going to know instantly what a bad investment that $7,000 was, isn't he? He's going to be like, oh my God, this robot is so real. And it could have been a car. Son of a bitch, man. It could have been a car. I can't return it now. All machines depreciate 100% when you jizz inside any of the machines. They're now making sex robots with AI in them because, of course they are. No scientists have ever seen the second half of any Terminator movie. I am fuckbot 3000. Like, you don't see that happening? Come on now. But if any of my friends ever get a sex robot with AI, God help them, because I will break into their homes. I will get very good with computers, and I will hack into the thing's mainframe while they're at work, you know, to where when they're inside of it and it's like moaning with dead eyes in it, you know, they got the MP3 that just goes, you're so big, or whatever Elon Musk programmed me to say. I'm just going to delete that audio file, and next time they use it, it's just going to go, hey, what's up? It's Jake, man. I hacked your sex robot, Frank. You're probably going to finish because you spent like $7,000 on this thing, I'll bet. Gonna be weird next time we see each other at work, I'll bet. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your tax refund. I'm going back to the moaning there, but... I'm not just kidding, it's still me, Frank. I'm inside your sex robot and you're inside me. How does that feel? I'm just roasting you on a loop for 20 hours straight. You know this thing could have been a car, right, Frank? It could have been a car. Go cure malaria. You're a loser. But no, so there are some people that are so racist they were pissed that there was a black Little Mermaid. I'm so racist, I was mad back when there was an Irish one. Get that red-haired potato fish out of the sea, I say. She's had enough to drink already. Yes, Heidi. Oh, I can't feel me own flippers. Oh. Keep mermaids British. So the first time me and my wife hung out, you know, just kind of one-on-one, it was after a comedy show that we were doing. We had a few drinks, just a few, you know what I mean? We weren't like drunk or whatever. We were waiting on the train platform. She's waiting for her train that's going to take her to where she lived in Astoria at the time, where we are now. I was waiting for my train at the same stop that was going to take me uptown where I lived at the time. And I started to kind of, as we're standing next to the platform, I get that like, you know, kind of electric energy. And I'm like, oh my God, she's leaning in. She wants me to kiss her. I'm going to take a lady home while neither one of us are trashed. This was my grandma's dying wish for me, man. That's right, you know, she told me on her deathbed, she was like, before I go, promise me you'll take a chick home while you're not wasted. Come on, can you do this? Can you do this? I'm Graham. I mean, make sure she's not dead sober. You do look like Steve Buscemi from Boardwalk a bit. Like, it's... But make sure she's not so drunk that she thinks you're hot. That's a crime. That's like a felony. Give her like 3 Long Island iced teas. That's your sweet spot right there. To where you look like a young, sexy Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. That's right. So yeah, I'm about to lean in and do this kiss. I'm like, Grandma would be proud. And then, son of a bitch, just when I'm about to make it happen, her train gets there. Yeah, the one time we need the MTA to take a minute with the train. Here they are. It's MTA with capital letters today. Son of a bitch. But then I do that rough, like, subway math in my head, right? I'm like, I could take her train for 4 stops, and if it doesn't work out, I could still get off and catch mine down the track, you know? And so it was like a game show for me personally. I'm like, I just got to make this first kiss happen somewhere within the next 3 stops. Let's go. The doors open up, and the contestant and the lady step in the train. And then, bam, homeless man with massive erection out right next to it. Fucking massive. It looked like one of those goddamn medieval things they used to knock each other with off horses with. But with more diseases, way more dangerous, that thing. So she pulls me in the other car. She's like kind of freaked out. I was laughing hysterically. This was hilarious to me. Because, like, for one thing, this wasn't 3 a.m., you know what I mean? This was 8 o'clock on a Sunday. For those of you who've lived in the city for a while, that's not dick on the train hours yet, is it? Nah. That thing was packed with sober people who did not expect to see a dick. And those people had, like, what I call the resting, trying a lot to look at the crazy guy with his dick out face, you know? I'm really interested in this Grubhub advertisement across from me. No idea what's happening at the 9. For all the character flaws of men that take erect penises out on the train, shyness ain't one of them. Yeah. They'll start a conversation. Absolutely. But the dude was funny, too, because he had like a half-drink 40 in one hand, other hand just flopping in the breeze. He wasn't even touching the thing. I almost expected it to surprise him. You know what I mean? Just, oh my God, my dick's out again. Boy, is there egg on my face. No wonder people are staring at the Grubhub poster so intense. But no, had my future wife not been there, I would have shaken that man's hand. I would have done it. Well, I didn't like what he was doing. It's just, as someone who's an alcoholic, I've never been both drunk enough to take my dick out on a train full of strangers, yet sober enough to maintain a full erection without touching it! What? I'd be like, what's your secret, sir? Take me to the mountains, let me call you sensei. I'm an alcoholic and a sex addict, and those two things don't always jive real good, you know? Get that sad, embarrassing, gin-smelling cunnilingus, you know? Not this guy. Not old Obi-Wan Kenobi. But no, so she gets me in the next car. I don't go for the first kiss anymore. I'm not an animal, you know? You'd be quick, how bad is she? Say, yeah, like she knew again. Jesus, I'm giving her flashbacks for now. She has a storied life. She had a guy that went for the first. Did you go for the first kiss after the guy had his dick out? What happened? No, you'd be surprised how quick a homeless man's erection will ruin the mood. It really is. But no, I don't go for the kiss anymore. I went for the peck on the cheek. I told her, you know, like, hey, let's go get some dinner. We go get dinner 3 nights later. We have a great dinner. I give her 3 Long Island iced teas. I look into her eyes and tell her she looks gorgeous. She looks into mine and said I look like a young, sexy Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. 8 years later, we are married with 1 baby at home and another on the way. Grandma was right, that crazy old drunkard. Yeah. I've told my wife this, you know, about this again, like just to reminisce. I'm like, remember when we almost had our first kiss on the subway, and then that homeless guy had his dick out? You remember that? And she said to me, she was like, you were gonna kiss me for the first time on the subway? That's the trashiest shit I've ever heard of. I never would have gone out with you again. Guys, that homeless man's erection saved my relationship. Yeah. Cupid sends his arrows in many interesting forms. Leave him on the train, Mayor Adams. Leave him on the train. He could be saving a dumb young man's life one day. You can't handcuff an angel, you son of a bitch. Not to get too highbrow and scientific, but I read an article the other day that said that scientists have discovered that when a lady squirts during orgasm, it's mostly urine. So, yeah, if any of you guys are out there getting squirted on tonight, you're mostly getting urinated on. At least if you believe what the lying-ass CDC has to say about it. You don't fool me, Fauci. Riddle me this, you bastard. If squirt is indeed mostly piss, how come squirt tastes way better than piss, huh? Yeah. Did you do hands-on research like I did, sir? Or do you just sit atop a mountain of lies? Getting my podcast demonetized for medical misinformation. Squirt isn't piss. No, I'm not really a squirt truther. But I'll say, if squirt is indeed mostly piss, we gotta figure out what that other little bit of stuff is they're cutting with the piss, right? It's so good it makes the piss taste totally not like piss. What? I can't believe it's not piss. Like it's good. I mean, if it'll make piss taste like that, imagine what White Claw could do with that chemical compound, huh? Little bit of cheap vodka and bubbles. Any bartender will tell you urine's the most difficult flavor to get out of any drink. I mean, even the guys who like drinking urine, they don't do it for the flavor. They do it because they're dirty little piggy boys. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would get too drunk if they made that drink. I OD taking dog pills, for Christ's sake. You can't put some kind of squirt booze in front of me. Oh. And what the hell would White Claw call it? They can't call it squirt. Yeah. There was already a soft drink in the 90s called Squirt, which tasted just like piss. What? I see what you did there, Fauci. Trying to trick me from when I was a boy. But no, I do have one son already, another one on the way, and my greatest hope for both my sons in this world is that they grow up to one day crush the puss. Or the dick. Take your pick. It's 2024. Just don't grow up to be weird little incells. That's all. Yeah. We've had enough trouble from the incel community, have we not? Oh my God, love who you want to love, but love something. I can't walk in on my sons whacking it to hentai porn and Z-kiling one of those cartoon green frogs from the internet. I'll die from shame. I will. Oh my God, dude. If you would have told me 20 years ago that the leading cause of terrorism in the US now would be sad boys that can't fuck, what? We got the world's strongest military. We're getting lit up by domestic virgins and shit. Oh, no one will touch my dick. Bang, 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 bang. They swipe left on me again. A lot of the incels are white supremacists, too. That's a fun combination, huh? It's pathetic. Imagine thinking that you were born genetically superior, but still can't get anyone to suck your dick. What? Talk about crapping out with a loaded set of dice there, Cable. Talk about crapping out with a loaded set of dice. Oh, my God. No, I have such little respect for incel terrorists. If one of those sad boys ever shoots me at Walgreens, I will be like, making fun of them as I'm bleeding to death. I had sex with a woman before I came here today, Caleb. How's that make you feel, huh? Yeah. Oh my God, you couldn't get laid if you had Pete Davidson's cock and a normal looking face, Caleb. Yeah. Oh, you hit me again, I'm still not dead, Caleb. Yeah, you suck. If only you were this good at hitting pussy and not dudes, you'd be... You'd be feeling better. We wouldn't be in this situation. When ISIS guys blow themselves up, they get 72 virgins. You're just gonna have 72 women that want nothing to do with you up there, Caleb. Nothing. Smell my fingers after I'm dead, Caleb. First time you've smelled pussy since you were born. You're more pathetic than kids who die taking dog medication. You guys have been awesome tonight, man.